also said you avoided to use the term genocide up until recently.
Absolutely, yeah.
What changed your mind?
Israel changed my mind. The Israeli policy changed my mind. Until a certain stage, I didn't see a plan. And I didn't see an intention to commit a genocide. Until Israel itself declared that there is a plan, namely to push all the people of Gaza toward the south, then put them in cages, and then give them the one of two options. Either you stay in this concentration camp or you leave Gaza forever. And then I realized this is part of a plan. And then also the mass killing. Listen, if every day, almost 100 people, every day, there was not one single day without
Γενοκτονία στη Γάζα καταγγέλει Ισραηλινός δημοσιογράφος.
This looks like genocide, it behaves like genocide, it kills like genocide, and it is genocide.
Ακούς Μητσοτάκη?
Israeli society living under a heavy cloud. What has created that during the years? It's not now only the Hamas attack.
No, but everything was intensified in those 2 years. So first was the trauma of the 7th of October, which was a real trauma for Israeli society, and everyone was mourning the losses. The hostages became a huge story in Israel, and understandable. There are Israelis who are in horrible conditions, and Israel cannot do or does not want enough to do whatever it's needed to release them. So this by itself. But in the recent months, you see that Israelis start to understand that Israel is not going to remain the same place, that the world is finally, too late in my view, but finally ready to take measures against Israel, that those crimes in Gaza will be responded by actions, not only by condemnations, that every Israeli will have to pay some kind of price. And they see when they travel abroad. Thousands are coming to Greece, and then they feel uncomfortable in certain places. Rightly so. Because we are all responsible and accountable for what's happening in Gaza.
How can a society saved by the Holocaust can endure what's happening today? They don't draw any comparisons.
So first of all, to be honest, Israel is also many times using the Holocaust for its own purposes, for its own propaganda.
Προπαγάνδα ολοκαυτώματος.
Mainly to show that the whole world is against us, was against us, and still is against us. That the whole world is anti-Semitic, was anti-Semitic.
But it has been against Jews.
Sure, but this does not mean that today we are in the same place. And the Holocaust should be remembered. But listen, I'm a son of Holocaust survivors. Nobody will tell me what to do with the heritage of the Holocaust. But Israel could take it to one of two ways, one of two directions. One direction is never again to no one, to anyone in history, in humanity, or never again to the Jews. And unfortunately, Israel took it to this direction, to this nationalistic, racist direction, never again to the Jews. Which means that we have the right to do whatever we want, only to prevent that it will never again happen to Jews.
Δηλαδή το Ισραήλ κάνει ολοκαυτώματα.
It's a very sick approach, because we should say never again, not only to us, to anyone. The Jewish community many times pays the price of Israel's policy. We are committing a genocide in Gaza.
Γενοκτονία στη Γάζα.
Face anti-Semitism as a reaction. So they pay the price. We put them.
Που γεννά αντισημιτισμό.
Jewish communities, instead of being the safest place for Jews and the place which takes care of Jews all over the world, we risk them. Because we know that there is anti-Semitism, but now we give fuel to anti-Semitism.
The global movement of solidarity with Palestine is often accused by Israel and allies of anti-Semitism. How do we draw the line between anti-Semitism and legitimate criticism?
That's a very good question, and we should ask it and we should answer it. There is anti-Semitism, and there are many anti-Semites who use now this opportunity to come out of the closet because everyone is pro-Palestinian and everyone is against Israel. But still, I want to draw the line because it's very important. Most of the critics of Israel are people of conscience. Anti-Semitism means to hate the Jews no matter what. And most of the critics of Israel are today people of conscience, not all of them. We have to be careful and to separate the anti-Semites, but those accusations of Israel should not stop the mouth of the critics, because you have to answer, I am not an anti-Semite, but it's enough to be a person of conscience in order to raise the voice against the genocide, because what you do there is unacceptable.
Has Israel's strategy in Gaza ultimately strengthened its security?
I guess you know the answer by yourself.
But I want to hear it from you.
Sure. It's very clear. Israel is today in its worst position ever. Ever. Israel was never so weak like it is now, depending not only on one state, on one person, Donald Trump. We depend right now only on him. If Donald Trump will turn his back toward us, we are really lost.
Ο Τραμπ σώζει το Ισραήλ.
All the allies. We made all our friends into enemies, and we had many friends in Europe and in the United States and elsewhere. We turned them into critics and many times even enemies and haters.
Έχετε φίλο και το Μητσοτάκη.
In the most fragile situation. Power of a state is not only its military power. It is its political power, its moral profile. It is its international support, not only by money and weapons, but also by popular support. And look where we stand now. People are walking in the streets and don't dare to speak Hebrew because they're afraid. We really, within 2 years, we got to the worst moment in our history.